I'm 87 years old, and believe it or not, I rarely forget a thing these days. Not my grocery list, not birthdays, not even the names of my neighbor's grandkids. But it wasn't always like this. Not too long ago, my memory felt like a drawer where everything was thrown in and nothing could be found. I'd walk into the kitchen, stop in front of the fridge and wonder, what was I even looking for? I'd go to the bathroom with a purpose, only to arrive and stand there blank, unable to remember why I came. Conversations slipped away, the names of loved ones blurred, and important dates vanished. I laughed it off at first, calling it just old age. But deep down, I was scared. I thought memory loss was inevitable, that it faded like muscle tone or eyesight. But then something changed. One small habit. Nothing fancy, no gadgets, no expensive pills, just a few minutes a day. That's all it took for the fog to lift from my mind slowly, and before I knew it, I felt like myself again. That's why I'm here today. Because if you've been forgetting where you left your keys, walk into a room and can't recall why, lose track of conversations mid-sentence, I want you to know something very clearly. It's not the end. There is hope. In this video, I'll share with you the exact habit that helped me reclaim my memory, how I discovered it, how I practice it, and how you can start today. But before we continue, I'd love to know a little about you. How old are you, and from where are you watching? Leave me a comment. I read every single one, and it warms my heart to see how many of us are walking this stage of life together, still curious and eager to improve. Now then, let's begin, because regaining your memory may be just one habit away. For me, memory loss didn't arrive all at once. It crept in quietly. It started with little things. I'd set my glasses down on the coffee table, and a few minutes later I was wandering the house convinced they had disappeared. I'd lock the front door, or at least I thought I had, and go back 3 times just to be sure. At first I chuckled. I called it senior moments. But over time, the laughter turned to worry. The lapses piled up. Each time I felt less like myself. What once was a sharp, reliable mind became patchy, like a radio struggling to hold a signal. The worst moment came one Sunday afternoon. My granddaughter had told me all week about a recital she was performing in. She was so excited, her first time on stage. I promised her I'd be there, but when the day came, I completely forgot. The next day, when she called, her voice was quieter than usual. She didn't scold me, which almost hurt worse. She just said, "It's okay, Grandpa." But I could hear the disappointment behind her words. That night, I stared at the ceiling, remembering my own father's decline. I used to think, I hope I never end up like that. But here I was, already walking the same path. The scariest part wasn't the forgetting itself. It was the insecurity that came with it. Did I take my pill or not? Am I repeating myself too much? Did I really say that out loud, or just think it? That constant doubt eats away at you. It makes you shrink into yourself. And worst of all, it makes you believe decline is inevitable. But I'm here to tell you, it isn't. Here's what many older adults get wrong. I've noticed something over the years. When memory starts to slip, most older adults make the same mistake. They accept it. They shrug and say, "Well, I'm getting old, what do you expect?" They stop trying. They give up before they even begin. I had friends like that. One of them, Samuel, retired at the age of 70. At first he was active, reading, fixing things, and keeping his mind busy. But slowly, he stopped. He spent most of his days watching television. When I suggested he try something new, he said, "Why bother? My brain isn't what it used to be." Another friend, Robert, went quiet at family gatherings. He'd sit silently, afraid he might forget a word mid-sentence and embarrass himself. Eventually, he spoke less and less. This is what I call passive aging. It's when you stop steering your ship and just let the current carry you. You stop learning, stop challenging yourself, stop giving your brain the chance to stay alive. And when the brain isn't used, it rusts. But then there's active aging. That doesn't mean running marathons or lifting weights. It means keeping curiosity alive, asking questions, reading a little each day, laughing, talking, trying something new. The mind is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it stays.
And the habit I'm about to share with you is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways I found to keep my mind awake. If someone had told me a few years ago that this simple habit could sharpen my memory, I probably would have smiled politely and ignored them. But the truth is, it worked. The habit is this. Every single day, I write down 5 specific things. One thing I learned today. One thing I'm grateful for. One thing I noticed that I might have otherwise overlooked. One person I connected with or thought about. And one thing I need to remember for tomorrow. It takes me less than 5 minutes, sometimes 3. I call it my memory journal. At first, I didn't think much of it, but after a week, I noticed something. I began recalling more details, such as faces, conversations, and errands I needed to run. Instead of walking into the kitchen and forgetting why I was there, I began to remember. This wasn't magic. It wasn't instant, but little by little, I felt my mind sharpen. So I hear you ask, how can such a small habit make such a big difference? Well, here's the science, explained simply. The brain is like a filing system. When we're distracted or rushed, things get thrown in without labels. That's why they're so hard to retrieve later. But when you write something down deliberately, even just a few lines, you tell your brain, this is important, store it properly. This engages 2 powerful parts of the brain, the hippocampus, which organizes new memories, and the prefrontal cortex, which helps with focus and decision-making. By doing this daily, even in old age, you exercise these areas. And thanks to a phenomenon called neuroplasticity, the brain can still grow and form new connections, even in individuals as old as 70, 80, or 90 years old. It's like giving your memory a workout. Short, gentle, but incredibly effective. At first, it showed up in small ways. I remembered the neighbor's name without needing to ask twice. I stopped misplacing my glasses. I recalled what my wife had asked me to pick up from the store without a list. But soon the bigger changes came. I felt more confident in conversations. I remembered what friends told me, even days later. And when my grandson shared about an upcoming exam, I surprised him a week later by asking how it went. His face lit up. "Grandpa, you remembered." That moment alone made every bit of effort worth it. Even my sleep improved, because instead of lying awake with scattered thoughts, I'd jot down tomorrow's task in my memory journal and rest easy, knowing I wouldn't forget. Piece by piece, I was reclaiming my story. So how can you start? You don't need anything special to begin this habit. Just a notebook and a pen, that's all. Here's how to do it. 1. Choose a time. Morning works best for me, but before bed is also powerful. 2. Find a quiet spot. Your bedroom, a chair by the window, even the kitchen table. 3. Write 5 things. Something you learned, something you're grateful for, something you noticed, someone you connected with, and something to remember tomorrow. 4. Keep it short. Just a brief sentence or 2 for each. Don't make it complicated. And finally, 5.
Stay consistent. 3 minutes a day beats 30 minutes once a week. If you forget a day, don't worry. Just pick it up the next day. The secret is not perfection. The secret is persistence. I wasn't the only one who found this habit life-changing. My neighbor, Clara, who's 76, started a memory journal after I told her about it. Within a month, she called me excited. For the first time in years, I remembered my sister's birthday without anyone reminding me. Another friend, George, was skeptical. He said, at 82, he thought nothing was going to fix his memory. But after forgetting his doctor's appointment twice, he gave it a try. Now, he writes in his journal every night. He told me proudly, I remembered the whole conversation I had with my grandson last week, word for word. Not everyone sticks with it. Some give up after a few days and say, I didn't notice a difference. But those who keep going, they see results. Because this habit is like watering a plant. Do it daily and it grows. Ignore it and it withers. What surprised me most was how this habit changed more than just recall. It improved my relationships. When I remembered details about people's lives, they felt valued, seen, and heard. It brought back laughter at family dinners, livelier conversations with friends, and fewer of those awkward pauses when I lost my train of thought. It wasn't just my memory that improved. It was my connection to the people I love. And that's something no pill can give you. If you've listened this far, thank you. Not just for giving me your time, but for giving yourself hope. I've shared my story, my struggles with memory, and the habit that turned things around. And now, I want to leave you with this. Memory isn't gone. It just needs to be awakened. All it takes is 3 minutes a day. 5 simple notes in a little journal. Do it for a week, just 7 days, and then see how you feel. Do you recall more details? Do conversations flow more easily? Do you sleep better at night knowing tomorrow's notes are written down? You might be surprised at how quickly small changes add up. And before I say goodbye, I have one request. If you decide to try this habit, share your experience in the comments. Did it help you? Did you notice a shift? Maybe your story will inspire someone else to reclaim their memory too. Thank you for being here with me. And if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe to Golden Echoes, and share with a friend. Remember, it's never too late to remember again.